Welcome back to Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda, giving you all the latest updates on anything and all things Ravens. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's dive into the latest Ravens news I have for you today. So today's game day. Tonight, we will see the Ravens versus the Lions. I have to rep my team because I believe the Ravens are going to pull away with this win. I do not believe in a third time is the charm in terms of football because while the Ravens have won the last two contests against the Lions fans are thinking, oh, maybe the third time's going to be it. No. Not against this Ravens team. We don't start the year 1-2, and we're just not doing it, all right? But first up, injury update. So, Madubuike is declared out for this game, and this is why this is a grave injury, okay? So, it's his neck. Harbaugh commented on it and said, we don't know what it is right now, and it was just soreness at first, and now we just don't know. There's one or two different ways that I see this happening, and I'm praying that it's not the second way. One, it is just something that he just needs to ice up or something, and then we're just taking a precautionary measure. Or the worst thing is it could be a career ender. Neck injuries are always bad. That is, to me, neck injury means that we might not see him again until 2026 or at all. I'm praying that's not the case, but from the way Harbaugh made it sound, it's like we don't know. Like that's just how we don't know. We can't comment on how it is at this time because we need to get more in depth about it. I'm praying it's not the career ender that we're all fearing, but neck injuries usually are bad. But again, maybe we'll dodge a bullet here, and hopefully Madubuike comes back at some point. It was just like, I just had some. He needed to go to a chiropractor and just have his neck like that and on both sides, and then he's all good, But anyway, moving on here. So I on the topic of Harbaugh here, Harbaugh was asked why Keaton Mitchell hasn't gotten any reps. Harbaugh said, "We just don't have the spot right now." In some ways, that's a good problem to have, but I would rather see him out there and see him active. Harbaugh also mentioned that Rasheen Ali's work on special teams tips the scales in his favor. I'm at a point where anytime anyone defies the head coach, John Harbaugh, or gets injured or does something outside of the sport of football, John Harbaugh says, "No, you're in the doghouse forever." It's going on with Ben Cleveland. It's going on. It happened remember when Marcus Peters mouthed off against Harbaugh in that game, and then he was gone the next year, the next season. Mind you, Harbaugh's the head coach. You can't go around telling people that. But at the same time, I have a strong feeling that Harbaugh saw, there's this hatred for Keaton Mitchell because he was injured, because he's expendable or something like that. It's like, Harbaugh can't do that with Lamar Jackson, obviously, because Baltimore would freaking riot if Harbaugh benched Lamar Jackson because of an injury or something like that. Knock on wood. But it's coming down to the point where it's like Keaton Mitchell went off in the preseason. He did get a little hurt in the preseason, but it wasn't like anything severe. It was like, dude, you did all you got. You don't need to go back in again. We'll just nurse the soreness you got going on, and you've already made the team. So it's like, and then they're putting in Rasheen Ali, who, mind you, I'm nothing against Ali, but it's like, it tips the scales in his favor that he's working on special teams. It's like Keaton Mitchell is, in my opinion, isn't the greatest special teams player. I mean, we got another special teams player in LaJohntay Wester. Finally, we have a guy in LaJohntay Wester who's able to do that. So I'm thinking that it's just hate. He just has a personal vendetta because Keaton Mitchell was injured and was out for a year and a half. And finally, when he comes back and he's fully healthy, Harbaugh has this thing where it's like, no, we don't need him. It's like, dude, put Mitchell in there over Justice Hill, because right now, Keaton Mitchell has had more rushing yards in preseason than Justice Hill has had in regular season this year. It's nuts to me. It's absolutely insane to me, and I'm fully on this train that Harbs has a vendetta against Mitchell, against any player that does him wrong and proves him wrong. It's like I'm done. Like, it's like, if this is the route that we're going, then how is any player supposed to develop right and supposed to get reps in? Because that's the point. They're supposed to, prove themselves and become a starter. That's like, I mean, of course, like in Mitchell's case, it's going to be a little bit hard because Derrick Henry is the starter, and but he could still like put in reps, give Derrick Henry some rest when he needs it, you know. And his preseason should have proven that. And then, but Harbaugh's like comments are basically saying, "Oh no, he's like, we just don't have the spot right now, bro." Oh my God, just please get just put Justice Hill in third string. Bring Keaton Mitchell up, please. Comment down below your thoughts on this because I'm officially done with Harbaugh as a coach unless he gets us to that Super Bowl. Unless he gets over that hump, and I'm really hoping that this is our year to do that because we need to we just need to get in rhythm here. That's the only thing, in my opinion, that would save his job. But we'll see. Anyway, moving on to a much lighter note, or not so much lighter note, but we'll see. So with Madubuike officially declared out, this means that Brent Urban will probably get elevated. Brent Urban has been on the practice squad the last couple of games. He has been on Baltimore for many years and provides veteran presence, and he's reliable. I do believe that this is what's going to happen come game day, that Brent Urban will get the start as the defensive tackle, and we'll see a lot more of Ennis Peebles in there, Mike Green in there because of the Van Noy injury. So this means that we will still have a veteran presence there, not as talented obviously as Madubuike, but he does provide leadership on the defensive line. So no worries here. All right, so like in the sense of we're gonna have to really rely on solely the rookies. I believe that Brent Urban's going to provide a lot of leadership on the line, telling these guys what to do. I'm still looking for that Mike Green sack, man, but it's coming. I really hope it's against Jared Goff. But anyway, it's not like we don't have depth pieces that know the Ravens defense. Brent Urban, great depth piece, and a veteran presence there, much needed. And I'm pretty sure that this will help us a lot with the Lions' game plan. Our game plan against the Lions is to stop the run because they have very talented running backs. Jahmyr Gibbs, who is swifty and fast and looks like Keaton Mitchell. Then there's David Montgomery, who they use for the 1 yard line punch ins. So they're nicknamed Sonic and Knuckles. So it's going to be tough without Madubuike to stop them. But if Brent Urban's there, I do believe the defensive line will hold for the most part. All right. Now, as for the passing game, pretty much you're going up against Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams and Sam Laporta. This team has a lot better talent than the Browns, but I do believe that our defense knows that, and they're going to be a lot more, not I would say a lot more, but more in sync than they were against the Browns. It's just I just feel like the Browns are like any AFC North team, especially the Browns and the Steelers. I'm not going to count the Bengals because we had Brandon Stevens against the Bengals, but it's just always against those two teams where the Ravens just don't look right. And against the Lions, I feel like that our team is going to be a lot more in sync, especially on defense. On offense, Derrick Henry needs to have a comeback game. That's why I'm wearing my Derrick Henry jersey, because 23 yards in his last outing against the Browns, not very good. Mind you, the Browns defense is annoying. I mentioned this in my previous video. It's annoying to play against them. And they just beat the Packers yesterday and held them to 10 points. Again, annoying. They're very good in clutch moments. Now this against this Lions defense, I think the Ravens are going to absolutely destroy them in the passing game and in the run game. I think that our offense is going to look a lot more in sync than it did against the Browns. Mind you, we put up 40 freaking points. but Lamar looked off. Derrick Henry couldn't get going. So, but still, we managed to do that when our offense didn't look in sync, especially in the first half. I think that this game will prove a lot more that when the Ravens are in sync on both offense and defense, it's just scary. This is why anyone that believes that Josh Allen should be the MVP right now, this game, in my opinion, depending on how it goes on offense, this game will prove, like, guys, Lamar Jackson is still there. He is still, in my opinion, MV3. So I'm hoping this game just says to everyone, oh, the Ravens are a real problem when they have their crap together. Thank you for tuning into Ravens Today. I'm your host, Connor Gioffreda. Again, subscribe to the channel, like the video. I will give you all an in-depth analysis on the game tomorrow, and have a good one.